Hey, what's up, guys? I'm going through my focus list for this week. All right, let's get into it. I have this organized by the TI score. This is what I like to do. Takes in, again, into fundamentals and technicals into the equation. Orientating you guys to my charts here. Pink line is 200 SMA. Yellow line is 50 SMA. This light blue line is 20 EMA. White line is 10 EMA. Red line is 5-day SMA. Okay. I use these EMAs and SMAs just to give me good guidance on this stuff and setups and whatnot. Either way. All right, let's get going. ALK, Alaska Airlines, we can see this pulled back to the 20 EMA after hitting this supply zone around 45.65. And on Friday, you got a nice strong green bar up on decent relative volume of 1.22. So looking for that continuation. Uber, I'm already in this one. I'll probably just, I'm going to trail a very tight stop loss to this. I'm going to move my stop loss up above 84.70. Hopefully we get a gap up and it just continues to rip. That'd be nice. But as I said before I entered on this was indeed a short-term play. This is a momentum play, and it was also based off of the Tesla, kind of like a reverse Tesla type idea. And so the trade has worked out already. I'm not going to be greedy. I'm going to take my gains. So I'm already in Uber. I'll probably take gains on Monday if it pulls back at all. Unless it continues to rip on Monday, then I'm just going to hold it. All right, Flex. You can see this broke out here on 1.03 RVol. And if we zoom out just a tad bit more, you can see it's breaking out relative to March of 2022, right? And so looking for potential continuation here, 5.5 days to cover after this base break and kind of this reverse head and shoulders type look. RL, Ralph Lauren, broke out of this base, came back, retested, held the 10 EMA, and now it is pushing higher. SYF Financials, XLF, right? I made a video about this earlier. Base here, and it is breaking out on somewhat okay RVol. TT, I really like this look. I think this is a really good potential entry here, especially if it pulls back intraday at all around this 39.90 or 395 level. I'd be looking for a stop loss around here, 380, or I'd even, if it holds and gets above anchor VWAPs and all my entry stuff, I'd even put a stop loss at 390 to keep it real tight. Either way, broke this, consolidated, pushed out of that about a week and a half, 2 weeks consolidation, came back, retested, and now we get a nice green bar off the 10 EMA pullback. Tractor Supply, TSCO, break out of this base here, came back and, retested it. Nice push off, made a higher high. This could be the potential lower or higher low. PFG, Principal Financial, breaking out of this base here into relative new highs. PLTR, always watching this one. I'm not in it. Wish I got into it. Should have got into here, but shoulda, woulda, coulda. Hindsight's always 2020. I will be purchasing this stock whenever I get a deeper pullback, maybe to the 50 SMA in my long-term account. I'm just sitting on my hands waiting for it. Ralph. I'm sorry, I did RL. RF Regions Financial breaking out relative to this consolidation here, right? Financials, like I said in my other video, they're looking pretty good. So I'm looking for a continuation with those names. I'm trying to zoom in here. Next, we got MWA. I like this look, break out of this sideways action here, came back, retested it, and then on volume, pushing away to basically to RVol, pushing away on Friday. Also, short float's not too crazy. DFS, they might be getting bought out, but either way, or not bought out, but merger. I like the flag to the 10 EMA, but I'd be curious what merger does. AXP, nice break out of this area on volume-ish, 1.0, and nothing too crazy, but looking for it to respect the 10 EMA. CART, I really like this look. Break out of here, came back, retested it, pulled back to the 5 SMA. I would like maybe for it to chop a little bit here. We do have an inside day on Friday relative to Thursday. So as long as it holds this level and starts to push on higher, I like the 10% short float, 5.5 days of cover basically. Zeta, came on down, respected the 20 EMA, so it undercut it, got bought up on volume 2.43, and then it's been a strong stock, right? It's just been grinding, and so this actually looks very. Whoa, that's pretty actually wicked. Look at this 8-1, 8-2, and then 8-5. Topping tail sold off, not necessarily a green, but undercut the 20 on a bottoming tail, close it near its highs. So that's pretty darn similar to early August. So that's pretty wild. So I'll be looking at Zeta. VCYT, I like the 1.5 R vol off the push off the 50 SMA. Still kind of chopping sideways. I was looking for this to hold. It might do so now. It might be ready now. JPM earnings, nice reaction off of earnings on volume 3.0 R vol. Looking for continuation there. Cat meow. Holding this breakout area here. Let me zoom out and show you where that is, right? Holding the breakout, came back, couldn't really even come back to test it. It did pull back to the 10 EMA, and now it's pushing away on relative volume there as well. Westinghouse Air Brake Technologies, just a simple consolidation, time correction to the 10 EMA and break out of that. Aflac, base here, breakout, retest, now pushing away. eBay just continues to grind up the 10 EMA. I'm not really looking for an entry here. Maybe a little bit deeper around the 20 EMA I'd be interested in more so. Avgo, this is getting near highs, looking for a break of those highs to get involved, not just yet. This is a huge short float, 28%. Big move here on volume. If we set an anchor VWAP here, we can see, let's see, what is it doing? It's holding it, right? And so as long as, if we can get some volume coming back in, this can continue to run. Yeah. D-Dog, I've liked this name. I'm just waiting for it to pull back. If I get a pull, I was hoping it would hit this level of supply and pull back to this 1820-ish area down here. It didn't do that. It just continues on a rip. Good for you that are in it. BHVN, another 11% short float, 7 days to cover. Nice gap up, higher high, higher low, respecting the 10 EMA. Now it's pushing away. So looking for up move there. MSTR, this thing broke out, right? That it just straight up broke out. It's extended now. I'll be looking for it might just continue to run. I'll be looking for the buy, the pullback around 200, maybe 180s as well. I'm not getting involved now. Upstart, I like this name, but just be mindful that it is about to hit a potential supply area there. And overall, though, I like that it's kind of, it has this little short-term uptrend line. Shorter-term EMAs are pointing upwards, so looking for that continuation. Crowd, I mentioned this about a week and a half ago, is pulling back and flagging, creating higher lows and higher highs. I missed the entry. I wanted it to prove itself over to 200 SMA. It has done that. If it wants to continue to rip on up, congratulations if you're in it. Maybe it'll go for this gap fill up to 336 or so, somewhere around there, up to 340. But what I will be looking for is a pullback to this 307, the 200 SMA area for it to hold. CRMD, LOL, I mentioned this back here at 816 and has been watching it rip all the way. It's just a joke by now. You know that if you've been watching my stuff. RKLB. Rocket Lab, 20% short float, 5 days of cover. This is just chopping sideways, time correction. 10 EMA has now caught up, looking for some volume to come in and push this higher potentially. TVTX, I like the breakout after the 20 EMA pullback. It's coming back to retest that level, maybe around 1540. I'd be interested if volume can dry up around there and then start pushing back away for a breakout and retest. GNRC, another 5% short float, nothing too crazy, but it did break out of this level, this range here. It did break this high too. So I'm kind of looking for it to continue. We do have relative increasing volume out of all of this as well. If we zoom out just a tad bit further, it looks like it might want to start running. I have this 188 supply based off of this high and this potential, these potential trap longs around 198. So 188, 198, looking for supply in that area. That could be a potential add here. Doc N, looking like it's trying to continue to try and fill the gap, just has a little bit more to go. Either way, I like the flag to the 10 EMA. It undercut the 20 EMA and popped right back up. Looking for it to hold that green line, which is my alert that I missed. SWI, I've been watching this for a little bit. Ascending triangle breakout. Let's see if it holds higher. Maybe it'll continue on. SMG, Scott's Miracle-Gro, 12% short float, 7.5 days to cover. It's basically been working its way up and kind of overtaking this big old red bar after a very strong move up. So I'm looking for this short float to continue on, potentially continue on this strong push up. And this blue line here has been acting, as a decent resistance supply area. So if it can clear that 80, 88 to 90, somewhere around there, then we might really be able to get things going on SMG. Could be a longer term growth cat. That would just be a trade for me. VST, this has been a strong mover. Very sharp price correction down to the 20 EMA, bottoming tail, 1.6 RVOL, strong green bar, 4% short float. This has just been a strong name, strong move, price correction, and now I'm looking for a potential entry. If it pulls back at all, maybe 121, 121.50, I wouldn't mind buying that with the stop loss below the low of this day, just for a continuation on that trend. MP, looking for, strong move off the bottom, pull back to the 10 EMA, looking for continuation there. RTX, I've been watching this guy. He looks like he might want to hold. I thought it deleted that downtrend line here. Looks like he wants to hold this breakout area of 123. So we'll see if it continues to consolidate, get some volume, and start pushing away as a breakout and retest. Bigs, I like the RVOL on this big green engulfing candle, and short float of 19%, 11 days to cover, right? So this can get a little dicey. It can move, in other words. It had hit supply here, right? Hit supply here, higher high, higher lows in this shorter term trend here. So this could be, 590 could be a decent stop loss. If you can get somewhere closer, that's a kind of a large stop loss, but if you can get price closer to that, it'd be decent. Vizio, it's a huge short float. This thing just chopped sideways, so I'm still waiting for something to happen. Roku, this is pretty decent, not 8% short float, 4.5 days to cover. Looking for a potential gap fill here between these two blue lines, right? Hitting supply here, nice little base time correction back to the 10 EMA, and we'll see if we can get some volume to push us on up. Lunar, this thing moves, so just be mindful of that. Large gap, maybe still trying to fill it, pull back to the 20 EMA, looking for a push on up. This thing moves. This would be a wide stop loss, just because of how whippy it would be. Also a small position. Sound, this is just getting tight. I like the 25% short float. I'm just waiting for a break of either way. The 200 SMA continues to just kind of grind on upwards as it catches up. So we'll see if it wants to respect that and see if the 200 SMA will push it up. Lyft, I like Lyft, just like I liked Uber. Nice consolidation, huge volume, 3.8 RVOL. Hit this supply area as I had mapped out. Maybe it's going to pull back a little bit to this 113.20-ish area, provide a nice entry point, start pushing higher. We do have the 200 SMA to be mindful of up there. Tesla, always on my watch. Tesla. I did buy more of this for my longer term holds on the reaction. I'm an investor in Tesla, not financial advice. Woof. I was watching this last week. It got the nice push off, but it got smacked right back down. So I'm still looking for this to hold, especially with the 27% short float. NEO starting to chop around the 20 EMA after a huge move. If it can get back above this blue line where the supply was, then I would be interested in a long there. ASTS been watching this big short float near 30%. This line in the sand here, in my opinion, as of, for now, anyways, this 22, let's call it 50. Let's call it 22 flat, 21.75. If it fails that, then I don't know, look out below. But for now, it continues just to kind of fit in this wedge here. NNE, another mover, higher high, higher lows, continuing to grind up the 10 and 20 EMAs. Looking for a break of Thursday, Friday's high for this 9% short float to continue on moving. The idea here is AI needs a ton of energy, and nuclear energy is going to be what supplies that. Hopefully, you guys find that helpful, beneficial. Hopefully, they gave you some ideas. Always make sure you respect your stop losses. They're there for a reason. Use them as market generated information. And always trade tomorrow. Stay safe out there. Good luck this week.